Robert Beal came on at the end of the 2021 season and really played well for Georgia, and he wound up as Georgia's number one sack guy in front of Nakobe Dean. So 6.5 sacks for Robert Beal, and he's going to try to do better than that next year at Georgia. He said on Tuesday that he's coming back. So that's a lot of help for Georgia. I got to tell you, Nolan Smith returning, Robert Beal returning, Chris Smith returning. You're starting to see that a lot of guys that you figured would come back have decided to, and uh, the ramifications of that will be that Georgia's not going to be over. I mean, they'll be different for sure because they've lost a lot of guys, but they will not be starting from scratch on the defensive side of the ball. That'll help going into the Oregon game. That'll help going into the 2022 season as Georgia tries to repeat as national champions. That's going to be a tough task. Speaking of the national championship, please make certain you are buying DAWGSTRUCTION down below. We got the cover art in last night. We're putting some laying everything out. You're not going to want to miss it. Full page, full color, 80-page hard book. It's going to be awesome. You'll keep it forever. Make sure you sign. Make sure you sign up below and get that. Here's what Robert had to say: bringing the title back to Athens, where it belongs, after 41 years, was something I've dreamt about since I stepped on campus. Celebrating with all of you is an experience I will never forget. During my time here, I've learned so much as a player and as a person, with just how much goes into becoming part of a championship team and culture. Sacrifice, respect, accountability, hunger, dedication, drive, desire, selflessness, brotherhood, preparation, attention to detail, togetherness, loyalty. I love everything about this team, this coaching staff, this university, and this city. We did it. Let's do it again. Run it back, Robert Beal. It's a pretty good a lot of, sacrifice, respect, accountability, hunger, dedication, drive, desire, selflessness, brotherhood, preparation, attention to detail, togetherness, and loyalty. Those really are things that you got to do if you want to be successful at the level that Georgia's been here lately. And, you know, again, getting Robert back helps you sort of set your defense moving forward in 2022. Williams will come in and help. Barry Alexander will come in and help. But you've already got a lot of guys, as I look at the table over here, the chart. Jamel Walthour, obviously Jalen Carter, you'd start there. Nolan Smith. So you were going to return two guys who have heavy starts in Georgia's defense. And you got Stackhouse, Walthour, Zion Logue, I think will contribute quite a bit. But having Robert Beal gives you a pass rusher that that it could have been missing. And we outside of Robert, I'm not totally sure who on the edge would be a an amazing pass rusher. Another guy to watch going into 2022 is Mikael Sherman or MJ Sherman, however you want to call it, from the DC metropolitan area. He's a guy that also could help you set the edge and perhaps play opposite Robert or play with Nolan. We can't know, but I do think this is a big deal. I mean, Robert Beal, it took him some time to get where he wanted to go, and now that he's in that neighborhood, why would you devalue your stock potential in the NFL draft by coming out earlier than you have to? Get a full year and a half or 2 years of film. Robert, again, it's taken time, and we've seen that with some Georgia players. It has taken some of them time. Guys don't just walk on campus anymore and immediately start playing. The days of Trey Matthews starting at safety without having to beat anybody out, those days are gone. I mean, long gone. So if you're going to want to play at Georgia, you're going to have to fight your way onto the field. Um, I I think 6 sacks is a good season, 6.5 technically for Robert, but I think he could have more a year from now. And the reason being that he'll play a full season. He played in 15 games, um, but his ability now will be spotlighted more because guys like Nakobe, Trayvon, Channing Tindall, they're gone. And so, whereas he was the sack leader, he was about number 4 or 5, or a 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seventh. He was a seventh in quarterback hurries, but he wasn't playing as many downs as guys like Trayvon and Jalen, N'Kobe, Devontae, even Quay Walker. Those are all guys that got more snaps than he did, particularly when Adam Anderson was on the team. So, you know, I think for Robert Beal, this is the right move. And I think that coming back gives him the capability of, getting drafted in mid-round area, maybe late. Whereas if he would have come out this time, I think there's just no telling if he would have gotten drafted or not. It might have been late. So um, that's I think this is a smart move. I think it helps out both Georgia and Robert Beal going into 2022. You always got to have a pass rusher. I mean, if you don't have that, then you're not having the type of season that you want, because you got to affect the quarterback in college football. You got to affect the quarterback in every single level of you got to affect them in every single level of football. But in college football, more and more, it's been, can you affect the quarterback? And hey, look, Georgia didn't sack Bryce Young at all in Atlanta. They got him 4 times in Indianapolis, and one of those was Robert Beal. The other one was Nolan Smith. Two of the 4 guys that sacked him are coming back. Um, Robert had 3 quarterback hurries. They were all over uh, poor Bryce Young. Could barely breathe. I mean, Quay Walker, Channing Tindall both had 5 or more. Trayvon Walker had 7 quarterback hurries. Uh, I mean, that's a lot. I mean, you only have so many snaps. Alabama didn't have a single, according to the statistics, Alabama didn't have a single quarterback hurry. You want to know why Georgia beat Alabama? That's it right there. I'm going to quickly add 15, 18, 22, 25, another 13, 25, 27. I mean, Georgia had more than 30 quarterback hurries in the Alabama game alone, and Alabama had 0. And it's guys like Robert Beal that make that happen. Now, it's guys like Trayvon Walker and Quay Walker and Devontae and people like that. Obviously, Jalen Carter getting in there too. But you can really do well in football games if you pressure the quarterback the way Georgia did against Bama. And I don't care who you are. If you're a quarterback running for your life, you're not going to have success. It's too much. It's asking too much. It also means that you aren't getting where you got to go, which is the end zone typically. I mean, guys aren't just going to run around and make plays all night long. Not even Patrick Mahomes. We saw that in the Super Bowl. But Robert Bill returning to Georgia, that's a big deal, y'all. It gives you your marquee pass rusher, your 3rd and 7 guy, your 3rd and 12 guy, where the offense, they better watch out for him. They better watch out for Robert Bill because he's coming back. Make sure you're getting DAWGSTRUCTION below. I want to thank everybody who's been ordering it. We've had a lot of orders from these videos, and please order them before I have to do a second edition of this thing, because the first edition is going to come out in late February, early March. You don't want to wait to get this until the summer. You want this now so you can revel in it in a commemorative edition of DAWGSTRUCTION down below. Please check that out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you over on the website.